which is really important given that there will be cuts to Medicaid. Healthcare has been a consistent driver. State government, local government, they were accounted for about half of all the jobs added. Federal government, no surprise there because those DOGE cuts, you're starting to see those job losses there. But for those of you at home, I mean, wages are still rising faster than inflation, so that's good for your family budget. But overall, wondering if the weeks and months ahead, if tariffs and tariff uncertainty will start to chip away at some of these numbers, guys.
And Christine, the Federal Reserve is certainly looking at this job report closely. How could it affect plans to cut interest rates?
You know, the markets now are expecting that the Fed continues to stay interest rates. When you have a jobs market that's strong, that's not a piece of evidence for cutting interest rates. You cut interest rates when things are weak. The Fed wants to protect the job. So it will start cutting rates, I think, if it sees the job market begin to weaken. So not right now. We don't think the Fed's going to cut in the next month or so.
And Christine, real quickly, stock markets closed early for the holiday weekend. Let's review all of this.
A record high for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. It has been a remarkable return from those April lows after the president's announcement of his big, steep tariffs. Markets fell dramatically, and then when he backed off, they've basically been rising ever since. We've got a July 9th deadline around the corner for reciprocal tariffs if more tariffs could go on. So still, the markets at least are hoping that a lot of trade deals are coming, guys.
All right, Christine Romans for us. Christine, thanks.
Now to an important reminder about the dangers of fireworks ahead of the July 4th holiday.
That's the sound of fireworks, not where they're supposed to be exploding. That happened in Massachusetts yesterday. Crews were setting up for an annual show. Fire officials say 2 people were hospitalized, including one person who suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. In California, we talked about this yesterday, that giant blast, 7 people remain unaccounted for after that explosion at a warehouse being used to store fireworks. Investigators are looking into the possibility of foul play. NBC News correspondent Camila Bernal is in Esparto, California. She's as close as you can get to the scene of what we were just looking at. Camila, the loved ones of those unaccounted for people I know have been pressing for answers. What are they saying and what are investigators focusing on?
Hey, Kate, they're just so frustrated and upset because they do not have answers from investigators yet. They've been asking them to please go in there and support their loved ones. Investigators saying it is not safe to go into that warehouse because of the hazardous materials. I just spoke to Siana Ruiz, her boyfriend Jesus. He was at that warehouse. It was day off. They're expecting first child. She even sent me their sonogram, and he's on that picture smiling expecting to be a father. She was here yesterday trying to press authorities, trying to get answers. Take a listen to that exchange she had with authorities.
We were here since yesterday, have yet to receive any information, have yet to see any efforts, and have yet to see anybody go to try and find anybody at all who was stuck in the warehouse, who tries to escape, who was possibly stuck under any of the debris of the warehouse.
The reason we have not been on site to do that is because the danger presented, an ongoing danger had been presented.
And authorities have apologized, but they have not said anything else today. We're pressing them for answers as to exactly what happened here on Tuesday and when they're going to get in there and start searching for those people that are unaccounted for. Jesus was one of 3 brothers that was in that warehouse. Another one of the brothers also expecting a child. Another family who described